Are you struggling to define generic types in your React stateless components? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into how to effectively use generic parameters and return types in TypeScript with React. I totally get it. It can be really confusing trying to figure out how to make your components flexible enough to handle different types. This is a common challenge for many developers working with TypeScript and React. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how do I define a generic type in React stateless components based on parameters or outside configuration? This is a great question and one that many developers face. So what does this mean? Essentially, you want your component to accept different types like strings or numbers without being limited to just one. This flexibility is key in building reusable components. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to implement this in your own projects, and I promise it will make your coding life a lot easier. To define a generic type in a React stateless component, the user should start by creating an interface that accepts a generic parameter. This interface will define the props for the component. Next, the user can define the stateless functional component using the generic interface. This allows the component to accept any type specified when it is used. Now, the user can use the component with different types. For example, they can pass a string or a number as the value, and the component will handle both types correctly. It's important to note that if the user tries to pass an incompatible type, such as a string with a function that expects a number, TypeScript will throw a compilation error. Finally, the user can achieve the same functionality using a function declaration instead of a stateless functional component. This approach also allows for generic types. Fun fact, did you know that TypeScript was developed by Microsoft to help developers catch errors early? It's like having a safety net while coding. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests a method to define generic types in React stateless components by using two types, one for the inside and one for the outside of the component. They create an interface for the props and a function that accepts these props with a generic type. They also demonstrate that this approach allows for type checking, ensuring that incorrect types will result in compilation errors, enhancing the reliability of the component. Here's a pro tip. Always define your generic types as broadly as possible while still being specific enough to avoid errors. This will save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You've learned how to define generic types in your React stateless components. Remember, flexibility is key in coding. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.